Hello my lovelies, Susie here from Susie Mac Creations and welcome to my channel. I'm here today to take you on a walkthrough of my finished beautiful Romantique journal that I made as part of the design team for the lovely Amanda over at createwithscrimpingmommy. I'll jot all the details of the papers I've used and all the links you will need to go and visit various places where you will find the lovely Amanda. If you are a new subscriber or a new viewer to my channel, would you please hit the subscribe button and the bell? And if you are a returning subscriber to the channel, a warm welcome to you and to my new subscribers. So without further ado, I'm going to take you through this very pretty journal. It's a one signature journal and it's a semi-soft cover, spine and back. I used 250 GSM cardstock in this pretty kind of greyish colour, and then I've covered it with 160 GSM papers, so that makes it round about the 400 GSM. So it's quite sturdy, although it's soft, it is sturdy. And I've rounded the corners so that they don't become kind of messed up, shall we say. The measurements of the journal are have a look. It's 5 3/4 by just short of, it was about 1/8 of an inch short of 8 inches. The papers I have printed, I printed them all onto either 120 or 160 GSM, and I printed it at 85% so that I didn't need to do any cutting to get everything the right excuse me, the right size. So my front cover is kept closed with this very pretty ribbon, and it just wraps around, as you can see. Let me just get my scissors and get rid of this little bit of raggedy end. There we go. It's kept its closure by wrapping around twice. The front decorated cover, I did a video on that. The previous video before shows you how I made the cover, and it's a tag spot up the top with some lovely journaling space on the back. I used this button as a closure, some pretty vintage lace and some cheesecloth top and side, and of course the beautiful image from the collection. We shall open up, oops, and go to the inside cover. This has a staggered pocket, two staggered pockets to take an ephemera card. Now this is part of the collection, and I've printed it out to a page and backed it onto some index cards. That pops in there. We have a receipt that I've printed out to a page, and this is from the French Chic collection, which pops back in there. And I've made a little booklet with just some scrap coffee dyed paper so that you can journal, and that pops back in there. The little bingo cards are from the collection, and I just added 3 small pearls. I've used the bingo card, which I printed out 2 to a page, and I've used them as little tabs by just folding them over. Inside the first page of the signature, I made a tuck spot just using one of the larger bingo cards. In fact, I think these were 4 to a page because this is the normal size, and this holds a little tag and one of the small fussy cuts. I added some lace and one of the fussy cuts and the little lady fussy cut and the word mon cher with some vintage lace, and these will pop back in like so. And this is a file card again, an index card, and I've just used some scraps of paper that were left over, and again this gorgeous lady, and I've glued it on 3 sides and just added a couple of the little bingo cards for effect. I cut out the doily using some of the paper, and the back I used some stencils and just stenciled on it, and you can see roughly I've just added little bits of stenciling throughout the book. Beautiful, beautiful papers. I love the burgundy and the pinks, and lovely birds and flowers. Key here. This is a tuck spot and an envelope. So we'll take this out just for the moment. And the envelope came from, now if I can remember correctly, excuse my arms, Shabby Rose. I think it was the Shabby Rose, or it could have been the French Chic. It could have been the French Chic. And this is how it prints out, with these very, very pretty floral decoration on it. I just added a fussy cut and 2 little butterflies. And in here we have another little booklet, and that comes out for journaling on both sides. And I added a little tab on the back of it. Close that up. We'll pop that back in there. Come over, and this is just a side tuck spot, and I used my Stampin' Up punch, lace punch, to create the border. I've used one of the fussy cuts from the kit, and that doubled up as a tab. And all I've done here is added one of the large bingo cards, and again this gorgeous lady. I loved, this is my favorite female so far that Amanda has created. She is just gorgeous. I love the top hat and the earrings, and it's just gorgeous. The feathers and bits and bobs. So that pops back in there. We turn it over, and this is just some paper that was left over. I added some music paper, and again my punch, Stampin' Up punch. And this is one of the label fussy cuts, and again another small invoice from the French Chic collection with a little bingo card, and again some more journaling space to write in. Turn it over, just a bottom pocket, very simple. I've added some lace, couple of little butterflies, one of the bingo cards, and Mon Amour, and added a flashcard and a small tag. And again we've stenciled on certain parts of it. Here I've just added this for decoration, because this can be used as a journaling spot. We have a larger pocket, and again with a tab made out of the small bingo card. We have 2 lovely tags here, again, these were printed out as, and all I've done is added a tab at the top and a butterfly. And this was made on the back of, this came from the Stationery Shop collection, which has got a very pretty pattern on it. And I had it left over from my previous journal, so I thought I'll use it. And I've just used some of the papers that were left over to decorate it. And again, we have an invoice that pops in there, and pop the tags back in. We'll turn over. This is a decorated gossamer bag. As you can see, and I stenciled it before I put it into the journal and decorated it, obviously. Used my punch just to give me a little half circle. And we have a tag that fits in, or a journaling card that fits in here. We turn it over, we have a small pocket here and some ephemera. We have an up tuck. Now these two pieces that were left over from, if I show you the back here, they were left over from the corners here. That was a full sheet, and I cut it obviously to angle the pocket, and I was left with two pieces from the front and the back. So I just added them to the top of this page with a butterfly, and it holds a bingo card and it holds an ephemera card. Turn it over, another small pocket, and I've just staggered some of the fussy cuts to it. Added some paper, some lace, butterfly, monomour, a little cutout and a small bingo card. And this holds, again, a pretty tag and a smaller one, and another journaling pull-out card. Pop that back in there. I've used the little label and just folded it over to create that tab. Come to our centre page, and this beautiful, beautiful, look at this, it's just stunning. You have, you have letters, you have flowers, you have the archway, you have this beautiful, beautiful Indian lady, more flowers, hearts. It's just absolutely stunning. And all I did was, it's a 3 pamphlet stitch which holds in the signature, and I added a couple of little of the butterflies to my stitching thread. Turn it over, we have a side pocket with just some leftover papers and a little key, and I've popped a butterfly here, and this holds 2 little tags. Here I've made a removable little notepad, and all you do is you undo your ribbon and you open it up, and these all come out. I take the ribbon out. I'll put them all back later, and you just remove them as so, and add in more papers, and these are just odd bits of papers that were lying around. And underneath I've used a large bingo card with a side tuck, again for a piece of ephemera that you can write on the back. I will put that all together when we're finished. Turn it over, very plain piece of paper here, and this is the other part of the gossamer bag. We have a pocket that holds a tag and a bingo card, and we have some journaling space here, and we have some of the leftover papers and one of the banner cut aparts just to finish it off. And this time we have the beautiful lady with the umbrella and the clock, and I married this up with the banner. Pop that in there. Here we have a removable hidden paper clip, and again this marries up with this lovely lady. A couple of little butterflies, some sari silk ribbon, the word explore, and I framed this lady. As you can see, we turn it over, we just have some lace at the bottom, journey, butterfly, and one of the floral cut parts. And again we have an index card, and I've just used some of the leftovers, some lace, clock, the little circle punch lady, butterfly, memories, and the bingo card. So that pops back on there like so. Oops. And that tucks up in. We turn it over, and we have this card here, which is just again 2 to a page printed from the kit, and that tucks up in there. I did nothing to this page because it's so pretty. And this one I have stenciled here and stenciled here. And this, I'm not going to show you this because I'm going to be doing a members only video for Amanda for the big book of ideas, and this is one of the ideas that I'm going to be showing you. So I'm not gonna spoil it. Turn it over, we have more stenciling coming up towards the end. We have another hidden paper clip, and I've kept this one very plain. Didn't bother to decorate it much, just used the papers that were left over. Oops, let me open this up slightly. And here we have another pull out little notepad, again using some of the papers that were left over. In fact, this paper that's hit printed out to 85%, and this is hit printed out to 4 to a page. Up that goes. Turn over here, and we have just a very plain journaling spot card, and again a doily that was made from the papers. Kept this plain for journaling. Coming to the last page, did nothing to this because it's just stunning, and the last page marries the first page with a little booklet. This is using up again some of the scraps that were left over. Not scraps, but that was a scrap and that was a scrap, but these were fussy cut pieces, some lace, and we open it up. We have a little notepad for journaling, and that is sewn in with just a 3-stitch pamphlet 3-stitch and just odd bits of paper. So that pops back in there, and again we have an invoice that you can use for jotting down on the back, and a flashcard for journaling. It's a large tag really, but flashcard will do. So that brings us to the end of our very pretty romantique. Oops, why is that not going in? Yes, it is. Brings us to the end of our pretty journal, and that just there, that goes there. And I'm really I love doing this one. It's such a pretty papers and gorgeous ephemera. So that's my project for the month of March complete. There will be other ones coming, but I thank you very much for bearing with me and staying with me through our walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.